our mind back into the serious studies which we are going to do. Ramayan, Valmiki's Ramayan today. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha, Tatsavitra Varenayam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Asto ma satgamya, tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityorma amritam gamya. Om sehna vavtu, sehna bhunaktu, seviryam karvavahi, tejasvi navadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti 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 Om. So if you have the book, you can open it on page number 34. And this is the topic of Ganga. So if you can recall from last week's reading, after successfully completing that yajna, Vishwamitra ji was very, very happy with Ram and Lakshman both. And he said, let's go to Mithila now. There is another big yajna going to happen over there. So as they are walking together, there are a lot of other rishis also following them. So Vishwamitra ji is leading, behind him Ram ji, then Lakshman. And as they are going, Ramchandra ji is asking questions. Which place is this? This seems so beautiful. And then Vishwamitra ji is telling the history of that place. Who has lived here, in which yuga, and after that what has happened. So now look at the Ganga, that is the topic of this. The birds of day were full of song, 100 wild symphonies in the branches, and the river was awake under the risen sun. When Vishwamitra shook the sleeping princes awake, come, we have a long way to go. When they had washed, Ram pointed upstream and said, there are islands of sand in the water. Where shall we cross the river? But Vishwamitra was already striding off in another direction. Since the beginning, rishis have walked this way. We will follow their path. So they marched north after the tall sage. The princes kept up with him easily, but some of the other hermits struggled. They lagged with rueful smiles, and Vishwamitra never turned to look back, as if he was content to have only those who could keep his pace arrive in Mithila. Ram and Lakshman helped the others on the long way, carrying their spare enough bundles for them, lending them an arm of support. It was midday when they arrived on the banks of the Ganga. She lay before them like an inland sea. Shading their eyes, they could barely discern her for sure. Swans and lotuses floated upon her in equal profusion, and so deep was her attraction, they decided to spend the rest of the day beside her murmuring currents. They bathed in her water and sat beside her, some dozing, others staring out across the enchanted flow, and they saw luminous daydreams, as they had not even during their dhyan in the mountains. Surely she was awesome. She was magical, and her nearness made the body feel so light. It seemed the soul could soar out and be free. In the late afternoon, the desire took the princes and the rishis alike, and they waded once more into the calm, warm water. When they had bathed, they felt cleansed, not just bodily, but in spirit. As the day was dying, they sat around Vishwamitra. While a small fire they lit blazed up full of sparks, Ram said, I want to hear the legend of Ganga from you. I can feel her enchantment upon me. Tell us how she is Tripatga. the river of three paths. Vishwamitra's eyes were full of times that were no longer in the world except as shadows upon the earth and the wide water. He gazed across the great river and began quietly. There is a mountain called Himavan, the emperor of all mountains. That ancient spirit, who is not younger than the earth herself, had two daughters by his wife Menon. They were called Ganga and Uma, and their beauty was legend. Ganga was the older one, and Indra's Devas approached Himavan. They wanted his daughter for themselves to make Devlok more perfect than it already was. Himavan gave Ganga to the Devas. She flowed in heaven as a river of light and purified anything she touched. She flowed through the galaxies as Akash Ganga, Mandakini, river of the firmament, with suns in her hair. Himavan's second child was called Parvati, mountain daughter. She sat in tapasya and won Shiva for her husband. Their son was Kartikeya, and he killed Tarkasur, the invincible demon of old. Later, there was an ancestor of yours, Ram, in the line of Ikshvaku, named Sagar. For many years, Sagar had no children from his two wives. Vidarbha's daughter, Keshini, and Kashyap's daughter, the ravishing Sumati. Sagar went to the Himalaya with his queens and sat in penance for 100 years. Men in those times were greater in every way than the men of today, and longer lived as well. And men in the ages to follow, this one shall live short and wretched lives. That is the nature of the yugas. When Sagar and his wives had sat in dhyan for 100 years, the Maharishi Bhrigu came to them like a fire on the mountain and said, "Let your tapasya be fruitful, Sagar. One of your wives will bear you a son to continue the Ikshvaku line. The other will bear you 60,000 princes of matchless strength and courage, but they shall not be kings." Sagar's queens were radiant. "Who will have 60,000 sons?" cried Sumati the younger. "Who will have the one son?" cried Keshini. Bhrigu smiled. "The choice is yours, and you seem to have made it already." That Rishi blessed them, and Sagar and his wives returned to their kingdom. In those days when the world was young, heaven and earth were hardly apart from each other as they are now. The earth was peopled equally with the children of the gods and men. Sumati bore her husband Sagar 60,000 sons. She did not bear them as children are born today, but by the miraculous motherhood of light and by the grace of the Devas, most of all the grace of Brahma. Sumati's boys were handsome and brave, virile and arrogant. In time, Keshni also bore Sagar a son, the one who would become his heir. But to Sagar's despair, this boy, Asmanjas, was an evil prince. In his childhood, he would dismember insects, tearing off their delicate arms and legs when he found the little creatures wandering on the palace floor. Sagar thought it was just an infantile affliction and had elaborate pujas performed for the boy. But some years later, as he grew, Asmanjas entertained himself by secretly slaughtering calves and ponies in the royal dairies and stables. Still, the king hoped his prince would mend. But when he reached his youth, Asmanjas was caught drowning small children of the city in the Saryu. He stood fondling himself as he watched their desperate struggles. Sagar saw his son was evil, yet he waited, hoping against hope the boy would mend. Finally, his people came to petition Sagar against the prince. The king banished Asmanjas from the kingdom, though it broke his heart. But there was some consolation for Sagar. Asmanja's son, Anshuman, was a noble, gentle child and devotee to his grandfather. When Anshuman was a young man, Sagar undertook an Ashwamedh Yajna. For his Yajnashala, he chose the plains between the Himalaya and Vindhya mountains, which glower at each other across the sacred land like mortal enemies. He sent a white horse across the country with his grandson Anshuman riding with it, daring any king to arrest its Kareen and claiming fealty from those whose kingdoms the horse crossed unchallenged. But there always one king who obstructs the Ashwamedh Yajna of the rulers of the earth. Indra spirited away that horse. The Brahmins who had charge of the Yajna said to Sagar, if the horse is not found and the Yajna not completed, calamity will visit the house of Ikshvaku. Sagar called his 60,000 sons by Sumati, of whom their mother was so proud, and said to them, go and find the horse, wherever it may be. Like the wind, like fire, air, and tameless water, they swept away in quest of the horse. Those ferocious elemental Sagar Putras, they excavated the earth, they razed whole forests to discover where the animal was hidden. They brought terror wherever they went, among men and beasts, great old plants, and even the Rakshas of the jungles. They came with such violence. They could not find the horse by land or by sea. Though they searched for it with the powers of sorcery they inherited from their celestial ancestors, they burrowed into the nether worlds, the deep patals, where pale and grave asurs and emerald nags with resplendent jewels in their heads dwell in darkness and peace. They saw the elephants of legend, the Diggaj that bear the earth upon their heads, but they saw no horse of their fathers Ashwamedh. They went deeper, down the spiraling paths of the twilight realms. They came to a dark cavern, and from within it heard the whinny of a horse in tether. In they plunged and saw, seated in Padmasan, the posture of the lotus, the Maharishi Kapil Vasudeva, his eyes shut, absorbed in the Brahman, in the Brahm. Beyond the Rishi in Dhyan was their father's white horse tied to a tree. Thief, they roared, and rushed at Kapil with their weapons raised. The Muni's eyes flew open to see who dared disturb his samadhi. And instantly those 60,000 sons of Sagar were made ashes, for they all plunged into that unequal encounter in brash, foolhardy waves. When all of them were ashed, Kapil shut his eyes again with a sigh. As if nothing of any moment had happened, he went back to his meditation. So in other words, Indra is the one who stole that horse and hid it over there where Kapil Dev was meditating. And these princes, they disturbed his meditation. So it's not that in anger he burned them in ashes. It was just like a ray of light came from his eyes when he opened his eyes. Because right after that, he went into samadhi again. Okay. So Sagar waited a long time for his host of sons to return to him with the sacrificial horse. But when no sign or word of them came, he sent Anshuman. See, Anshuman is the grandson. He is the son of that Asmanjas. Okay. So he sent Anshuman after them into the Patals. Anshuman followed the trail of Meham his uncles had left and arrived at the mouth of Kapil's cave. He saw the glow from the Rishi's body and went in very quietly. The horse was tethered beside the Muni, who sat lost to the world, his aura illumining the darkness. Anshuman waited patiently for Kapil to emerge from his trance. For a long time, Anshuman stood motionless. At last, Kapil opened his eyes, looked gently at the prince. Anshuman prostrated himself at the Rishi's feet. He said, Holy One, I am King Sagar's grandson Anshuman. I have come in search of my grandfather's sacrificial horse. Kapil smiled at the noble youth. Your horse is with me, child. Indra left him here. He pointed at the ashes strewn across the cave's floor. Your uncles came here in violence, he said, and I was forced to burn them. Anshuman grieved for his uncles. He wanted to offer tarpan for them, so their souls could rise into heaven, but he could find no water in Patal. As he ranged those dark labyrinths in quest of water, he heard a sound of vast wings. Garud, who was Sumati's brother, flew down to him. And Sumati is who? Sagar's wife, Sumati. Garud said to the distraught Anshuman, no common water will wash the sins of your uncles. They violated Bhumi Devi and outraged the spirits who are her guardians. Only the waters of Himalaya's daughter, who flows through the stars, can purify their souls. You must bring the Ganga down to wash their ashes. Only then will they find deliverance. Anshuman stood in awe of Garud, and terrified by the task he himself had inherited, the eagle-winged one said to him, But it is not yet time for the sacred river to flow on earth. Take your horse home to your grandfather. He waits anxiously for you, and the Ashwamedh must be completed. Anshuman did as Garud asked, and Sagar was able to finish his yajna, but the king was a broken man after he learned of the death of his sons. He left his kingdom to Anshuman. As soon as the prince was old enough and went away to the mountains with his wives, he went to perform tapasya to purify himself before he left his body and was gathered to his fathers. Anshuman was a just king, but ruling his kingdom absorbed him entirely, and he found no time to undertake a penance that would bring the Ganga down to the earth and to Patal below, where his uncle's ashes lay whispering in grief that their souls languished in a limbo. Anshuman's son Dilip was a great Kshatriya as well. But not even he could bring the Ganga down to redeem his ancestors. The destiny of the Ikshvaku line was impeded by the unresolved sins of the sons of Sumati, and the ruling kings were hard pressed to keep evil from the kingdom. For by now the curse was into their very blood. Vishwamitra's story held princes and rishis in thrall. He bore them back to the primeval times, dim and magnificent, when sovereigns of unearthly lineage ruled the kingdoms of the earth. Whenever he paused, the others sat with bated breath, lest they disturb his flow of inspiration beside the holy river. Dilip had a son called Bhagirath, resumed the Brahm Rishi, master of the ancient lore. Like his father Anshuman, Dilip ruled Sagar's kingdom until age and debility overtook him. He ruled for 30,000 years, and that was how long men lived in those times, if they were not killed in battle. But he did not rule as long as his fathers before him, for the curse grew stronger every day. Dilip left his kingdom to his son Bhagirath and passed on from the world. See, now these names I'm sure you are familiar with. By now, the curse on the Ikshvaku line told not just on the royal family, but on the common people. Bhagirath was the first of his line to realize that there was no hope in ruling as best he could and keeping darkness at bay as well as he might. The curse already afflicted him grievously. He could not father a son. It was as if the sons of Sumati cried out in his blood for the expiation of their sin. Bhagirath knew he had to exorcise the curse at its root. He knew he must spend his life in tapasya, if need be, to bring the Ganga down into the world to wash his ancestors' ashes. Bhagirath left his kingdom in the hands of some trusted ministers. He went to the mountains and sat in an excruciating penance. At last, some day, at the end of 1,000 years spent on the icy Himalaya, Brahma appeared before the king. The grand sire of the world said, "Ask for anything you want." Bhagirath's eyes swam with tears. His voice was long unused, since he had taken a vow of silence. Besides, to whom would he speak in the blizzard swept fastness where not even mountain Rakshas ventured? Choking, Bhagirath said, "Father of worlds, grant that I may perform the Nirvampachal Anjali for my ancestors with the waters of the Ganga, and that they attain Swarag. Brahma, grant also that I have a son to continue the line of Ikshvaku." So he wanted to do the Tarpan for the ancestors and he wanted a son. Unable to refuse this king of Tapasya anything, Brahma said, "You will have a noble son to be king after you. But just think, if the Ganga comes down into the world, who will break her fall? The very earth will be shattered. If you want her to flow here, you must petition Shiva to bear her fall." Bhagirath turned in bhakti to the Lord Shiva, who is easily moved. When he had fasted in Shiva's name, living on just air for a year, the god of gods appeared before the Ikshvaku king. Shiva said, "You should not have to sit in tapasya for a cause as just as yours. I am pleased with your devotion to your ancestors. I will break Ganga's fall and her pride as well." After ages of flattery, verging on worship by the devas of the sky who adored her, Ganga had grown vain. When Brahma told her to flow down in the world, she scoffed at him. "The earth will perish from this madness, for there is no one who can bear my descent." But she could not refuse to do as Brahma asked. On the appointed night, the devas gathered in the sky in their ethereal chariots like a flotilla of full moons, while below on a plateau of the Himalaya in the ice-bound north, Bhagirath stood with his gaze trained on the heavens. There was no sign of Shiva. Suddenly a deafening roar shook the firmament. High above him, beyond the chariots of the devas which they flew out of harm's way, Bhagirath saw her coming. She was a sheet of silver filling the night sky. He shut his eyes with a prayer. He was sure this was the end of the world, for who indeed could support the fall of that ocean? Like a cosmic flash flood she came, hurtling down the Milky Way, and laughing as she did. She was amused that Brahma had not cared to heed her warning. But then another figure loomed beside Bhagirath. He appeared out of the very air. He was the Lord of Night, Sarv, Sarv Aripati Shiva, and his face was loftier than the moon and the Devas' Vimans. The Devas began to sing his praises when they saw him like that. But Ganga swept on, and only Shiva knew what was in her arrogant heart. Exhilarated by her plunge down the constellations, she thought to herself, "I will show Shiva who I am. I will thrust him down into Patal." Shiva, who knows all things, stood smiling, his head exposed to her mad descent. With a crash like thunder in the galaxy, Ganga fell straight down upon Shiva's hallowed head. Bhagirath shut his eyes. Certain this was the end. Even Devas above fell silent. They too did not believe anyone could survive that crystal cataract. A hush fell on earth and sky, but not a drop of water, let alone a deluge, fell on the terrified Bhagirath. Shiva was not crushed under Ganga's tidal fall. He still stood smiling, lustrous in the moonlight, but she endless river had vanished. She was lost in the Shiva's jata, and struggle as she would, she could find no way out from where she was absorbed like a water drop. One drop in the ocean that he was he. She roared and she screamed. She rose in dreadful floods and spun in whirlpools deep as the orbits of the planets, but there was no escape for her. At his inexorable will, she was a lake at the root of one strand of his hair. She trembled when he laughed. His time for prayer not yet over, Bhagirath lay on his face before the Lord. For fear that Shiva might never set Ganga free, he worshipped Mahadev for the sake of his ancestors. At last, Shiva released Ganga along the hair of his head, at the root of which he had held her. Drop by drop, he wrung her down onto the earth. High on the Himalaya tableland, and a pool formed, gleaming in the rising sun, the Bindusaras, made of droplets of the chastened river of heaven. Ganga, humbled, was called Alaknanda. As Bhagirath and the Devas watched, entranced, the pool grew into a lake, and the lake flowed into the seven streams. Three of these flowed west and three east down the Himalaya. The seventh stream followed Bhagirath's chariot south onto the plains of the sacred continent. She followed him playfully and in wonder at being in this new world, which was once in dim memory her home. Her foam was white as milk as she flowed after the Ikshvaku king's chariot, which he rode like the free wind in his fervor to fulfill his task to such long standing. Ganga followed that chariot. At times she would flow straight and quick as an arrow, keeping easy pace with the horses, but at others she meandered coy and difficult, as undulated, sinuous as a serpent. She who had washed the starry feet of Mahavishnu and had plunged to the zone of the moon, she who was purified for the third time when she fell in Shiva's head, had come down the mandalas to liberate some ashes that lay on a subterranean cave floor. The Paswin king and shining river finally arrived at the place where Bhagirath's haughty ancestors, Sumati's sons, had entered the underworld. The earth yawned open. Ganga swirled down into the Patal, fell into a cascade into the cave where Kapil once sat in Dhyan. Bhagirath saw the baptismal waters flow into the cave mouth. He stood there, hardly daring to breathe. Then he saw his ancestors rise from the ashes in sudden spirit fire. Their astral bodies purified, their long ordeal ended. Blessing him in 60,000 ringing voices, they rose into heaven. The curse on the Ikshvaku line had ended. Brahma appeared, Karus and as sons, and said to Bhagirath, "Noble child, you have done the impossible. From this day, whenever any man prevails against the most difficult odds of fate, his effort shall be called a Bhagirath Paryatan. As long as the ocean has water in it, your ancestors will live in heaven, and the Ganga will be your daughter in the eyes of the gods. I name her Bhagirathi." Such mysteries filled Vishwamitra's eyes as he ended his legend of times when the seas were still nameless, when kings of the earth were hardly mortal, but like gods. When he had finished, his audience of Kshatriyas and Munis sat on in silence, claimed by the past. They sat unmoving by the mystic river that once fell from the sky, and the whispering of her currents bore them far from themselves. Vishwamitra said softly, "Ganga is called Tripatka because she who flowed in Swarag flowed also on Bhumi and in Patal, the three paths." He grew silent and stared out at the silver expanse before them, stretching away to the horizon where the moon had risen and hung low, the same moon which had once witnessed Bhagirath's incredible Prayatan. Breaking his spell, Vishwamitra stretched himself. Some of his hermits rose and went to walk beside the river, and the princes of Ayodhya went with them. But later that night, after all the others were asleep and the fire had burned down, Ram lay awake beside his brother and hearkened to the Ganga. Hearkened means listened. She spoke to him secretly of strange and marvelous ages, and he was amazed that he could understand what she said. Like lucid dreams, pristine legends played themselves out before his mind's eye, and the river was his guru under the moon. So this is the end of this chapter. So now the next chapter we'll read next week, Rishi Gautam's ashram. And we know what happens in Rishi Gautam's ashram. Rishi Gautam's wife Ahalya, that story we will read next week. So any question before we start reading at least part of it?
हर्ष जी, इसमें वो वाला पार्ट नहीं आया, वो जहाँ पे सेज जानू के आश्रम से गंगा निकल रही थी तो फिर उन्होंने अपने ईयर्स में डाल लिया और फिर आगे नहीं जा सकती, फिर उसका नाम जानवी इसलिए डाला था ना क्योंकि फिर उन्होंने अपने ईयर्स में से रिलीज किया था गंगा को। तो वो पार्ट इसमें नहीं आया है।
वाल्मीकि जी ने वो नहीं लिखा। दैट्स राइट। या जानवी वाला
इस वाली में नहीं है, पर जो एक और ओरिजिनल एक है ना वाल्मीकि, उसी में पढ़ा हुआ मैंने कि उसमें
तो मे भी जो हिंदी वाली है उसमें शायद आ जाए। क्योंकि इंग्लिश वाली में he has because this book is definitely smaller than the other books, so there is a summary, but we can see that how it correlates with the Hindi one. Sure, there are some episodes he might have taken out, but majority of it's the same as that. Okay.
हर्ष, एक और क्वेश्चन है, मैं इंटरप्ट कर रही हूँ पर जो ये कपिल जी तो ये अभी त्रेता युग है ना, क्योंकि राम जी का जन्म हो
तो
गया।
कपिल जी तो सतयुग से बैठे हैं।
सतयुग में से थे।
या तभी तो बैठे हैं ना, ध्यान में बैठे हैं ऋषि मुनि। दैट्स व्हाई दिस ऑथर आल्सो मेंशन्ड कि उन युगों में people did live longer, people did do the things which we cannot do right now. It's logically with this Kali Yugi mind we cannot understand. So that's where the faith comes. Okay?
हाँ जी.
So we just whatever we can understand, we understand. Have faith in God. भगवान क्या नहीं कर सकते? जब ये विश्वास हो जाए ना भगवान क्या नहीं कर सकते, then the stories come out live. Okay? मुझे गुरुजी का याद आता है, you remember few years ago, सारी दुनिया में गणेश जी की मूर्तियां दूध पी रही थी, मंदिरों में लाइनें लगती थी।
Right.
I think America at that time, he was in the Bartlett ashram with us, and I just asked him, I said, how can it be possible? With this logical mind, I asked him too. उन्होंने just, without making a fuss over it, simple words, उन्होंने यही कहा था, भगवान क्या नहीं कर सकते?
True.
भगवान क्या नहीं कर सकते? अगर इतनी बड़ी सृष्टि बना सकते हैं, तो एक स्टैचू में से या सभी स्टैचूज जो गणेश जी के थे पूरी दुनिया में दूध क्यों नहीं पी सकते भाई? दूध भी वही बनाने वाले, स्टैचू भी वही बनाने में, पिलाने वाले भी वही। तो आज भी हो रहा है पूरी दुनिया में। हम चाहे कहें कि चाइना ने कर लिया, लैब में हो गया, बैट से हुआ, स्नेक से हुआ, किसकी मर्जी से हो रहा है? उसी भगवान के। कभी कोई सोच सकता था? We thought we are so powerful. We have conquered everything. We have conquered the earth also now.
Urmil has a question, Hershey.
Huh?
Urmil has a question.
Yes, Urmil.
My question is on page 37 के last paragraph में, Anshuman grieved for his uncles. He wanted to offer tarpana for them. एक ये तर्पणा है, फिर उसके बाद निर्पंजलि है।
Yes, same thing.
कैसी हैं?
These are like पानी देते हैं ना, अपने पूर्वजों को पानी देते हैं। महाभारत के बाद भी ये सारे पांडव मिलकर कृष्ण भगवान के साथ जाते हैं तर्पण देने, कि अपने जो चले गए इंसेस्टर्स, जो मर गए, उनके लिए पूजा करते हैं।
तर्पण।
तो तर्पण भी, वो जो दूसरा वर्ड भी मुश्किल वाला वर्ड है वो भी यही है,
निर्वापंजलि।
हाँ, निर्वापंजलि, वो भी अंजलि मीन्स
तिलांजलि भी कहते हैं ना, तिलांजलि।
तिलांजलि, तिलांजलि मतलब हाथ में, अंजलि मीन्स जब हाथ में ऐसे पानी लेते हैं ना, ऐसे करते हैं, उसको अंजलि कहते हैं, राइट? वहीं से तो वहीं से तो पतंजलि ऋषि पतंजलि का नाम भी तो वहीं से पड़ता है।
ऋषि पतंजलि का बताया था ना आपने, अंजनी में आ गए थे।
हाँ, उनकी मदर थी। लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली टेल द स्टोरी, सम ऑफ यू हु डोंट नो। ऋषि पतंजलि की मदर, हर नेम वाज गानिका, great yogini of her time. She just towards the end of her life, she said, I have not taught anybody, I have attained all this knowledge, I have not passed it on. वो सुबह सुबह पानी में खड़ी होकर ऐसे सूर्य भगवान को पानी दे रही है, पानी ऐसे नीचे से उठाया, ऐसे किया, प्रार्थना की, आंखें खोली, छोटा सा स्नेक बैठा है, देखते देखते वो स्नेक बच्चा हो गया, and that became ऋषि पतंजलि। पत मीन्स गिरना, अंजलि। सो यहीं पर ये बाकी वर्ड्स भी जो है ना, अंजलि से, सो ऐसे करके पानी देते हैं, तो अपने एंसेस्टर्स को या सूरज को। ओके, so good. I'm glad you are paying attention.
I think Alka had a question. Alka?
Yes, Alka.
Yes, we've been listening to this word patal forever, but we never reference to what is patal. वो कह देते हैं जमीन के नीचे, or like atal patal, you know, what is it? What do you, can you please reflect some information on
पताल, पताल को ऐसे कह देते हैं, जैसे नदरलैंड भी बीच में आया ना, कि 7 स्वर्ग हैं, 7 layers of upper world, जिनको स्वर्ग कह दिया, and 7 नदरलैंड्स हैं, जिसमें से पताल एक है। There is a Rasatal also. There's a definite names of all those 7. 7 up, 7 below. Okay, so it's just like a lower means darker also. Lower means little lower frequency वाले भी। योगियों ने कहा कि हमारे अंदर भी ये है।
That's what I want to like.
हमारे अंदर बॉडी के अंदर, क्योंकि जैसा बाहर सृष्टि है, don't they say as in macrocosm, so in microcosm. हमारे ऊपर जो ऊपर वाले हैं, ये 7 चक्र हो गए, मूलाधार चक्र, स्वादिष्ठान चक्र, मणिपुर चक्र, अनाहत चक्र, विशुद्ध चक्र, आज्ञा चक्र, सहस्रार चक्र, राइट, 7 हो गए। जो 7 नीचे वाले हैं ना, वो सारे नीचे अपने टांगे हो गए, घुटने हो गए, पैर हो गए, एंकल्स हो गए, सारे वो नीचे वालों को अगर हमारी उस तरफ ध्यान रहे तो नरक की तरफ है। Okay, so it's like where our consciousness is. So whether it's in the outer world also, or whether it's in our own body also. So patal over here, it really means at the lower regions. It could be on this earth also, and it could be somewhere, because we really don't have that much knowledge of the whole universe. Okay, so कई बार हम देखते हैं पता नहीं स्वर्ग कहाँ है, पर philosophically स्वर्ग is also a state of mind. Whenever we have positive thoughts, good thoughts, caring thoughts, kind thoughts, we can say that we are in a state of heavenly mind. Okay, so philosophy ने अपने तरीके से इसको dissect किया, stories जो हम सुनते हैं history ने अपने तरीके से। So but we have to see how we are going to apply. See, इसमें भी बताया है, सगर के ही बेटे, एक जो बेटा हुआ असमंजस, not so good, wanted to hurt everybody and did hurt everybody. उसी का बेटा आगे अंशुमान कितना अच्छा निकला था, राइट? उधर जो 60,000 थे, they were definitely great warriors, but still not niceness in them. ऋषि ध्यान में बैठा है, समाधि में बैठा है, उसको जाकर डिस्टर्ब करना. So we learn from this also. How should we behave? What should be our code of conduct? What should we eat? Okay, what are we supposed to do? भगीरथ ऋषि, ये किंग विशाख थे, पर ऋषियों वाले काम किए उन्होंने, तपस्या की, सैकड़ों साल तपस्या करके. तपस्या क्यों की? 2 reasons. एक तो दुनिया का भला करने के लिए गंगा को नीचे लेकर आए, अभी तक हम गंगा की पूजा करते हैं. दूसरे, अपने जो एंसेस्टर्स थे few generations back, they needed that tarpan also, and he knew that. And then again to have an offspring so that आगे की जनता के लिए ऐसा पुत्र पैदा हो जाए who can be a great king, because this is the ancestry of भगवान राम. क्योंकि इक्ष्वाकु तो आपको पता ही है, भगीरथ आपको पता है, दिलीप आपको पता है. These are all the names of the ancestors of Lord Ram. Later on बाकी के आएंगे, we'll see that. See, भगवान राम के बाप का नाम तो पता है, दशरथ. दशरथ के पिता का नाम क्या है, पता है किसी को? अज. अज के पिता का नाम क्या है? रघु. उसी से रघुनंदन नाम कहते हैं या राघव कहते हैं भगवान राम को. So this connection is always with our ancestors. We should be thankful to our ancestors who have done so much for us. We cannot say just this life is only for myself. Yes, Jyoti, anybody question? Anybody has a question?
Yes, Neerja had a question.
Yes, Nirja.
Hershi, going back to the story of Patanjali, so the mother Ganika, was she the guru of Rishi Patanjali?
Yes, जिसने सिखाया वही गुरु.
Okay.
And Rishi Patanjali को ये भी कहते हैं कि he was the incarnate of Sheshnag. जैसे see, Sheshnag, even Balram was a Sheshnag's incarnation. Lakshman was also. So they came again and again to help us. त्रेता युग में भी, द्वापर युग में भी, कलि युग में भी. ऋषि पतंजलि तो कलि युग में आई ना, less than 3,500 years ago. Because you भूल जाते हैं, हम as human beings हम भूल जाते हैं कि क्या करना है, कैसे चलना है. And as ये युग बदलते जाते हैं, starting from the Satyug, the purity starts to dim. From a Satyug, predominantly Satvik. त्रेता राजसिकता आ गई उसमें थोड़ी सी. द्वापर more and some tamsikta also. In Kali Yuga, there's a lot of rajsikta and a little bit, and more and more tamsikta coming. Tamas means dark. That's why Kali Yuga, the dark ages. Okay, पर भगवान फिर भी सृष्टि तो भगवान की है ना, संभालना तो भगवान ने है ना, रास्ता तो भगवान ने दिखाना है ना. तो इसलिए भगवान कहते हैं मैं छोड़ूंगा नहीं, मैं तो आता रहूंगा, आता रहूंगा. So okay, so to me I think this coronavirus it's a great lesson to learn. भगवान ने भेजा ना ये, so that our eyes get open. Okay, मुझे तो ऐसे लगता है this is अवतार. अवतार भी तो different रूप में आते हैं ना. अवतार आने वाली, देखो क्या कहते हैं लोग इसको, but the way it seems like कि पूरी दुनिया में इसका असर हो जाना, इतनी जल्दी असर हो जाना और काबू ना पा सकना, और लोगों को कहना कि आराम से बैठ जाओ with the families, take care of yourself, bring simplicity, bring kindness, right? So anybody else, any question? No?
Nope.
Fascinating, isn't it? Yes, Urmil. Unmute
To
Urmil.
Gita, chapter 10, because chapter 10 may when Lord Krishna says, I am Bhagirath, I am Marut, I am this. If we had read this chapter, then we would have known what he means by that. We just
Exactly.
listen to the words.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, chapter 10 we just finished Sunday. You all know that.
Yeah, this chapter should have been part of the appendix.
See, इसीलिए we are really fortunate that we are we have so many scriptures in our Vedic library.
चैप्टर 4 में भी तो इक्ष्वाकु का आता है.
हाँ, इक्ष्वाकु का आता है, right? So yes, everything is linked. और जब सब पढ़ते हैं, it just becomes more and more clear. More and more clear. Okay? पर faith से, श्रद्धा से पढ़ेंगे तो क्लैरिटी आएगी. Because हमारा जो माइंड है ना एंड इंटेलेक्ट इतनी विशाल नहीं है. जैसे एक छोटी सी कीड़ी को कहो पूरे शिकागो का पता लगाकर आए, she won't be able to, right? तो हमारा यही हाल है ना, इतनी सी बुद्धि है, हम ये भगवान के सृष्टि को समझना चाहते हैं, नहीं समझ सकते. That's why we got to just surrender
and have faith.
Yeah. So anyway, I know you, when you read it again, you might have more questions, and we can go back again. It's good to revisit. Good to revisit and just keep on understanding and learn the lesson from it. So, क्या time हुआ अब? 11:19. Let me just go over quickly. So, but remember that नाम क्या कुछ थे? Start कहाँ से हुआ? Write them down. It's good to know these names. Sagar, असमंजस, असमंजस और वो जो 60,000 उसके भाई थे, right? उनका नाम नहीं है. अंशुमान, then दिलीप, then भगीरथ. Okay? इनका नाम अभी आया, आगे और नाम भी आएंगे. So remember these names. And in Hindi kitab, we'll just go quickly. 34वां सर्ग, बाल कांड. And यहाँ पर विश्वामित्र जी अपनी एंसेस्ट्री के बारे में थोड़ा बताते हैं, क्योंकि वो वन था, आश्रम था, कहाँ से क्या हुआ. सो सारी पिछले उसमें बताया थे, ब्रह्मा से कुश हुए, कुश के आगे 4 हुए, फिर उसके बाद गाधी की उत्पत्ति, एंड गाधी के बेटे ये विश्वामित्र जी. You remember that? Okay. So just a little bit I'm going to just read of the 34वां सर्ग. रघुनंदन, विवाह करके जब राजा ब्रह्मदत्त चले गए, तब पुत्रहीन महाराज कुशनाभ ने श्रेष्ठ पुत्र की प्राप्ति के लिए पुत्रेष्टि यज्ञ का अनुष्ठान किया. उस यज्ञ के होते समय परम उदार ब्रह्म कुमार महाराज कुश ने भूपाल कुशनाभ से कहा, बेटा, तुम्हें अपने समान ही परम धर्मात्मा पुत्र प्राप्त होगा. तुम गाधी नामक पुत्र प्राप्त करोगे और उसके द्वारा तुम्हें संसार में अक्षय कीर्ति उपलब्ध होगी. श्री राम पृथ्वीपति कुशनाभ से ऐसा कहकर राज ऋषि कुश आकाश में प्रविष्ट हो सनातन ब्रह्म लोक को चले गए. कुछ काल के पश्चात बुद्धिमान राजा कुशनाभ के यहाँ परम धर्मात्मा गाधी नामक पुत्र का जन्म हुआ. वे परम धर्मात्मा राजा गाधी मेरे पिता थे. मैं कुश के कुल में उत्पन्न होने के कारण कौशिक कहलाता हूँ. So this is the ancestry of विश्वामित्र जी. Then उसके बाद 35वां सर्ग है, शोन भद्र पार करके, and that is like a river over there, शोन river. विश्वामित्र आदि का गंगा जी के तट पर पहुंचकर वहां रात्रि वास करना तथा श्री राम के पूछने पर विश्वामित्र जी का उन्हें गंगा जी की उत्पत्ति की कथा सुनाना, जो हमने इंग्लिश में पढ़ी थी. कि गंगा जी कैसे आई। सो ये सारा डिटेल उसमें है। फिर उसमें शिव पार्वती जी के बारे में भी अगला 36वें सर्ग में है, देवताओं का शिव पार्वती को सूरत क्रीड़ा से निवृत्त करना तथा उमा देवी का देवताओं और पृथ्वी को शाप देना। So इसमें और कहानियां हैं। So these in English we don't have it. So people who have these in Hindi books, read them. If you have any question, call me. And गंगा से कार्तिकेय की उत्पत्ति का प्रसंग। See,
कृष्ण
दो बेटियां थी ना
शिव जी का
भगवान की, गंगा एंड उमा। सो कार्तिकेय गंगा जी का बेटा है। एंड बाद में वी ऑल नो द्वापर युग में गंगा जी का कौन पुत्र है? भीष्म पितामह। वो भी तो गंगा जी का है ना, गंगा माता। सो राजा सगर के पुत्रों की उत्पत्ति तथा यज्ञ की तैयारी, ये अगला है। विश्वामित्र जी ने मधुर अक्षरों से युक्त वह कथा श्री राम को सुनाकर फिर उनसे दूसरा प्रसंग इस प्रकार कहा। वीर, पहले की बात है, अयोध्या में सगर नाम से प्रसिद्ध एक धर्मात्मा राजा राज्य करते थे। उन्हें कोई पुत्र नहीं था, अतः वे पुत्र प्राप्ति के लिए सदा उत्सुक रहा करते थे। श्री राम विदर्भ राजकुमारी केशनी राजा सगर की ज्येष्ठ पत्नी थी। वह बड़ी धर्मात्मा और सत्यवादिनी थी। सगर की दूसरी पत्नी का नाम सुमति था। वह अरिष्ट नेमी कश्यप की पुत्री तथा गरुड़ की बहन थी। महाराज सगर अपनी उन दोनों पत्नियों के साथ हिमालय पर्वत पर जाकर भृगु प्रस्वरण नामक शिखर पर तपस्या करने लगे। 100 वर्ष पूर्ण होने पर उनकी तपस्या द्वारा प्रसन्न हुए सत्यवादियों में श्रेष्ठ महर्षि भृगु ने राजा सगर को वर दिया। निष्पाप नरेश, तुम्हें बहुत से पुत्रों की प्राप्ति होगी। पुरुष प्रवर, तुम इस संसार में अनुपम कीर्ति प्राप्त करोगे। तात, तुम्हारी एक पत्नी तो एक ही पुत्र को जन्म देगी जो अपनी वंश परंपरा का विस्तार करने वाला होगा, तथा दूसरी पत्नी 60,000 पुत्रों की जननी होगी। महात्मा भृगु जब इस प्रकार कह रहे थे, उस समय उन दोनों राजकुमारियों ने उन्हें प्रसन्न करके स्वयं भी अत्यंत आनंदित थी। वो दोनों हाथ जोड़कर पूछा, ब्राह्मण, किस रानी के एक पुत्र होगा और कौन से पुत्रों की जननी होगी? हम दोनों ये सुनना चाहती हैं, आपकी वाणी सत्य हो। So later on he says, छोटी रानी सुमति ने से कुछ काल व्यतीत होने पर बड़ी रानी केशनी ने सगर के औरस पुत्र असमंजस को जन्म दिया। छोटी रानी सुमति ने तुम्बी के आकार का एक गर्भ पिंड उत्पन्न किया। उसको फोड़ने से 60,000 बालक निकले। उन्हें घी से भरे हुए घड़ों में रखकर धाइयां उनका पालन पोषण करने लगी। धीरे धीरे जब बहुत दिन बीत गए तब वे सभी बालक युवावस्था को प्राप्त हुए। So just like those Kauravas were born, okay, so it's like a one womb. Then in that womb, so many small parts, and then they were just they got raised. It's just like आजकल कहते हैं ना test tube babies. That's how they were born. Okay, कई बार दिमाग में आता है 60,000 कैसे पैदा हो गए? So 100 कौरव भी ऐसे ही पैदा हुए थे, उनकी एक बहन भी। So इस तरह दीर्घ काल के पश्चात राजा सगर के रूप और युवावस्था से सुशोभित होने वाले 60,000 पुत्र तैयार हो गए। नरश्रेष्ठ रघुनंदन सगर का ज्येष्ठ पुत्र असमंजस नगर के बालकों को पकड़कर सरयू के जल में फेंक देता और जब वे डूबने लगते तब की ओर देखकर हंसा करता था, which we read in the English one, right? So next सब chapter is इंद्र के द्वारा राजा सगर के यज्ञ संबंधी अश्व का अपहरण, सगर पुत्रों द्वारा सारी पृथ्वी का भेदन तथा देवताओं का ब्रह्मा जी को ये सब समाचार बताना, which we read in detail in that English translation. सगर पुत्रों के भावी विनाश की सूचना देकर ब्रह्मा जी का देवताओं को शांत करना, सगर के पुत्रों का पृथ्वी को खोदते हुए कपिल जी के पास पहुंचना और उनके रोष से जलकर भस्म होना, सगर की आज्ञा से अंशुमान का रसातल में जाकर घोड़े को ले आना और अपने चाचाओं के निधन का समाचार सुनाना कि all those uncles they died over there. Then अंशुमान और भगीरथ की
Hersh, I
तपस्या।
have a question.
Sure.
Was Ansuman one of the sons from the
Anshuman, no,
the wives?
Anshuman was the son of Asmanjas. जो एक बेटा था ना,
No, Asmanjas was the son of the first wife or the second wife?
older wife's son was Asmanjas, and Asmanjas' son was Anshuman. So Anshuman is a grandson of Raja Sagar.
No, was he from the 60,000 sons or
No,
just the single
no,
son?
no, he was the grandson of the one son. One son who was
Ansamanj.
Asmanjas was not part of 60,000. Asmanjas was बड़ी वाली रानी का एक बेटा.
Oh, okay.
Got it? So, on one hand there was Asmanjas, on the other hand 60,000. वो जो Asmanjas था उसका बेटा अंशुमान.
Okay, yeah.
Got it? Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So Anshuman was a great person. फिर अंशुमान से बाद में दिलीप होता है, दिलीप से फिर भगीरथ होता है. Okay? So it's like from there it just went down. So अंशुमान और भगीरथ की तपस्या, ब्रह्मा जी का भगीरथ को अभीष्ट वर देकर गंगा जी को धारण करने के लिए भगवान शंकर को राजी करने के निमित्त प्रयत्न करने की सलाह देना. Okay? उसके बाद भगीरथ की तपस्या से संतुष्ट हुए भगवान शंकर का गंगा को अपने सिर पर धारण करके बिंदु सरोवर में छोड़ना और उनका 7 धाराओं में विभक्त हो भगीरथ के साथ जाकर उनके पितरों का उद्धार करना. सो ये हमने जो पढ़ा था, तर्पण किया. सो ही डिड हिज ड्यूटी. ओके. सो इवन दो इट वाज भगीरथ के, भगीरथ's father is दिलीप, दिलीप्स father is अंशुमान. अंशुमान के वो चाचा थे सारे, but still they felt, he felt, all of them felt that it's our duty. It's like a feeling the oneness even among the cousin chachas. Okay. So भगीरथ की तपस्या से संतुष्ट हुए भगवान शंकर का गंगा को अपने सिर पर धारण करके बिंदु सरोवर में छोड़ना और उनका 7 धाराओं में विभक्त हो भगीरथ के साथ जाकर उनके पितरों का उद्धार करना. See, I mean, you can see that जैसे हम करते हैं जब डेथ होती है या उसके बाद भी श्राद्ध होते हैं, that's all part of this वैदिक कल्चर. और कई बार हम सोचते हैं नहीं करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, जाने वाला तो चला गया, क्या पता किसी को. People just fight only for the wealth, material wealth which is left behind. But our ancestors, they taught us little differently. इन कहानियों को पढ़ने से ये पता लगता है. There's a connection. Okay? ऐसे ही राम भगवान को बाद में देखेंगे. कोई ऋषि, क्या नाम है उसका, तृप्त को शायद पता हो, वो कहते हैं कि दशरथ क्या है, वो तो चला गया, तू यहाँ क्यों वन में घूम रहा है, जाकर अपने राज कर. क्या है वो ऋषि का नाम, मेरे दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा, बट इट विल कम, दैट स्टोरी विल कम. पर राम भगवान उसको उपदेश देते हैं.
हर्ष जी, रामायण में तो एक जगह था, रामायण की जो पिक्चराइजेशन थी, कि वो रावण को बुलाते हैं अपने पिता के श्राद्ध करने को.
I have never read it, but we'll see वाल्मीकि जी क्या कहते हैं. क्योंकि पिक्चराइजेशन में कई बार क्या होता है कि there are so many different books have been used to portray that picture. So we are just trying to understand from this original Ramayana, है ना. पर ये जो प्रसंग मैं बता रही हूँ उसमें भगवान राम कहते हैं, इवन तो वो ऋषि कहते हैं कि क्या थे वो तुम्हारे, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, वो तो चले गए, वापस जाओ अपने राज को संभालो. पर भगवान राम कहते हैं नहीं, जैसे उनके पूर्वजों ने किया वही भगवान राम ने किया. यस, क्वेश्चन.
उर्मिल चावला.
यस उर्मिल.
ये इतनी कर्सेस मैं सुन के डर गई कि ऐसे कर्स का इतना असर हो जाता है. itni curses. I mean, some of them were not the greatest people, but they cursed, and the curses happened for years. मेरे को बड़ा डर लग गया.
पर पता है क्या है, कर्स भी है, वरदान भी है. उस युग में लोगों में ये शक्ति होती थी. हमें डरने की जरूरत नहीं. आज ना तो किसी में वरदान देने की शक्ति है, ना कर्स देने की शक्ति है. अपना काम करो.
जेनेटिक डिसऑर्डर.
लोग तपस्या करते थे, बोलते कम थे, उससे उनमें वाक शक्ति होती थी. वाक शक्ति मीन्स जो बोलोगे वो सिद्ध होगा.
Isn't it like genetic disorders जो generations में चलते हैं?
कर्स नहीं, कर्स एक्चुअली डिपेंड करता है कि देने वाले ने क्या कहा है. ओके, किसी ने कह दिया कि तुम्हारे ऐसे हो, पर वो एक तो पहले जो उसको मानने वाला है उसका मन पहले थोड़ा वीक हो गया. दूसरा जो कहने वाला है उसमें शक्ति भी तो होनी चाहिए ना. सो उन जमाने में, सतयुग में, त्रेता में, इवन द्वापर में ऐसी पर्सनैलिटीज थी जिनमें इतनी पावर थी. आजकल कलयुग में ऐसे लोग बहुत कम है, होंगे बहुत कम. पर गोइंग बैक टू उर्मिल डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. अपना काम करो. क्योंकि अगर कर्स होते थे तो वरदान भी होते थे. सो हम अच्छे काम करेंगे तो होपफुली विल हैव सम काइंड ऑफ वरदान आल्सो, बोन आल्सो. डरना नहीं, क्योंकि डरेंगे तो पहले ही हमने हार मान ली.
क्योंकि the more I read, especially रामायण, उसमें तो हर पे वरदान भी है, कर्सेस भी है. कर्सेस
they are definitely,
but it wonders कि ये हमको तो नहीं कोई कर्ज कर.
नहीं. आजकल ऐसी हम कलयुग में हैं.
और ये भी था ना, उस वक्त जितने भी वो कर्ज देते उसके पीछे कोई ना कोई रीजन होता था.
रीजन तो होगा ही ना. रीजन के बिना कुछ नहीं होता.
कल उसमें देखो, सतयुग में they give it something. And
cause and effect they go hand in hand.
Right.
Okay, so हमें अपना काम ठीक करते रहें, श्रद्धा रखें. क्योंकि no matter how strong a personality, वरदान देने वाली या कर्ज करने वाली, उसके ऊपर कौन है? भगवान. भगवान के साथ कनेक्शन रखो. That's how we are under the umbrella, protective umbrella of भगवान. है ना, हमारा कनेक्शन डायरेक्टली उनसे, भगवान से. Okay? So डरने की बात नहीं, डरना नहीं. That's not the idea of reading this. ये इसलिए करते हैं ताकि हमारी श्रद्धा और बढ़े भगवान में.
Does Neeta have a question? Neeta?
No.
Okay. So ब्रह्मा जी का भगीरथ की प्रशंसा करते हुए उन्हें गंगा जल से पितरों के तर्पण की आज्ञा देना और राजा का वह सब करके अपने नगर को जाना, गंगा अवतरण के उपाख्यान की महिमा. Let's read this and then we will put a stop to it, because इसके बाद समुद्र मंथन की बात भी इसमें आती है. महाभारत में भी आती है, भागवत पुराण में भी आती है, रामायण में भी आती है समुद्र मंथन की. इसका मतलब जो समुद्र मंथन हुआ था बहुत पहले हुआ था, अगर रामायण में उसकी कहानी आती है. श्री राम इस प्रकार गंगा जी को साथ लिए राजा भगीरथ ने समुद्र तक जाकर रसातल में, जहां उनके पूर्वज भस्म हुए थे, प्रवेश किया. वह भस्म राशि जब गंगा जी के जल से अपलावित हो गई, तब संपूर्ण लोकों के स्वामी भगवान ब्रह्मा ने वहां पधार कर राजा से इस प्रकार कहा, नरश्रेष्ठ महात्मा राजा सगर के 60,000 पुत्रों का तुमने उद्धार कर दिया. अब वे देवताओं की भांति स्वर्ग लोक में जा पहुंचे. भूपाल, इस संसार में जब तक सागर का जल मौजूद रहेगा, तब तक सगर के सभी पुत्र देवताओं की भांति स्वर्ग लोक में प्रतिष्ठित रहेंगे. ये गंगा तुम्हारी भी पुत्री होकर रहेगी और तुम्हारे नाम पर रखे हुए भगीरथी नाम से इस जगत में विख्यात होगी. त्रिपथगा, दिव्या और भगीरथी, इन तीनों नामों से गंगा की प्रसिद्धि होगी. ये आकाश, पृथ्वी और पाताल तीनों पंथों के पवित्र करती हुई गमन करती है, इसलिए त्रिपथगा मानी गई है। नरेश्वर महाराज, अब तुम गंगा जी के जल से यहाँ अपने सभी पितामहों का तर्पण करो और इस प्रकार अपनी तथा अपने पूर्वजों द्वारा की हुई प्रतिज्ञा को पूर्ण कर लो। राजन, तुम्हारे पूर्वज धर्मात्माओं में श्रेष्ठ महायशस्वी राजा सगर भी गंगा को यहाँ लाना चाहते थे, किंतु उनका ये मनोरथ नहीं पूर्ण हुआ। वत्स, इसी प्रकार लोक में अप्रतिम प्रभावशाली उत्तम गुण विशिष्ट महर्षि तुल्य तेजस्वी मेरे समान तपस्वी तथा क्षत्रिय धर्मपरायण राज ऋषि अंशुमान ने भी गंगा को यहाँ लाने की इच्छा की, परंतु वे इस पृथ्वी पर उन्हें लाने की प्रतिज्ञा पूरी न कर सके। निष्पाप महाभाग, तुम्हारे अत्यंत तेजस्वी पिता दिलीप भी गंगा को यहाँ लाने का इच्छा करके भी इस कार्य में सफल न हो सके। पुरुष प्रवर, तुमने गंगा को भूतल पर लाने की यह प्रतिज्ञा पूर्ण कर ली, इससे संसार में तुम्हें परम उत्तम एवं महान यश की प्राप्ति हुई है। शत्रु दमन, तुमने जो गंगा जी को पृथ्वी पर उतारने का कार्य पूरा किया है, इससे उस महान ब्रह्मलोक पर अधिकार प्राप्त कर लिया है जो धर्म का आश्रय है। नरश्रेष्ठ पुरुष प्रवर, गंगा जी का जल सदा ही स्नान के योग्य है, तुम स्वयं भी इसमें स्नान करो और पवित्र होकर पुण्य का फल प्राप्त करो। नरेश्वर, तुम अपने सभी पितामहों का तर्पण करो, तुम्हारा कल्याण हो। अब मैं अपने लोक को जाऊंगा, तुम भी अपनी राजधानी को लौट जाओ। ऐसा कहकर सर्वलोक पितामह महायशस्वी देवेश्वर ब्रह्मा जी जैसे आए थे, वैसे ही देवलोक को लौट गए। नरश्रेष्ठ महायशस्वी राजऋषि राजा भगीरथ भी गंगा जी के उत्तम जल से क्रमशः सभी सगर पुत्रों का विधिवत तर्पण करके पवित्र हो अपने नगर को चले गए। इस प्रकार सफल मनोरथ होकर वे अपने राज्य का शासन करने लगे। रघुनंदन, अपने राजा को पुनः सामने पाकर प्रजा वर्ग को बड़ी प्रसन्नता हुई, सबका शोक जाता रहा, सबके मनोरथ पूर्ण हुए और चिंता दूर हो गई। श्री राम, ये गंगा जी की कथा मैंने तुम्हें विस्तार के साथ क्या सुनाई, तुम्हारा कल्याण हो। अब जाओ, मंगल में संध्या वंदन आदि का संपादन करो, देखो संध्या काल बीता जा रहा है। यह गंगा वतन का मंगल में उपाख्यान आयु बढ़ाने वाला है, धन यश आयु पुत्र और स्वर्ग की प्राप्ति कराने वाला है। जो ब्राह्मणों क्षत्रियों तथा दूसरे वर्ण के लोगों को भी ये कथा सुनाता है, उसके ऊपर देवता और पितृ प्रसन्न होते हैं। कुकुस्त कुलभूषण, जो इसका श्रवण करता है वह संपूर्ण कामनाओं को प्राप्त कर लेता है, उसके सारे पाप नष्ट हो जाते हैं और आयु की वृद्धि एवं कीर्ति का विस्तार होता है। So last these lines, these are to encourage the students that hey, keep on reading this. This is our duty, right? ऋषि ऋण ऐसे ही चुकाएंगे ना. Okay, so it's just to encouraging. गीता के बाद में उपनिषद के बाद में भी हमेशा ऐसे ही कहते हैं कि जो इसको करेगा, इसका मतलब we are supposed to do this. See, there are some actions we are not supposed to do, which are called vikaram, prohibited actions. But this is the action which we are supposed to do. Read it, understand it, and whatever we get out of it, bring it into your life. Whatever. There's so many lessons to learn. So many lessons. So I think it's time.
11:41.
So to just stop it here. So next week we'll start from there. A little, anybody wants to sing a few lines of Ram Stuti, Ram Bhajan, just for a couple of minutes. Then we will say bye to everybody. So Padmini, you wanna,
here? Padmini?
Padmini, you think you want to sing something? Just a short bhajan? Or just a dhoon laga do?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just to end this with a,
Okay.
our mind filled with Ram.
Before you start, Padmini, Raj, do you have a question?
No, thank you.
Okay, I see you got unmuted. Okay.
Just a small bhajan that I'm sure most of you would know. Please sing along with me. Hey Ram, originally sung by Jagjit Singh Ji. It's one of my favorites. Let's sing that. जग में साचो तेरो नाम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम हे राम, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है, तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे, तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे, इस जग के सारे काम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता, तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता, तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, तू ही माता तू ही पिता, तू ही माता तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, जग में साचो तेरो नाम। हे राम हे राम।
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Padmini. So tomorrow we have meditation. So in the last few weeks, we've been doing cleansings and pranayam and then meditation. Tomorrow we're going to just reverse it a little, because sometimes what happens if you're talking too much, then hard to meditate.